Hey guys, welcome back. Ghost here, and today I want to talk about the newly released Wii U console. I wasn't going to talk about it because, I don't have one, but, all this hype going around and, all that shit that it's better than the PS3 and Xbox 360. Well, come on now. I mean, it's fucking 2012. You're releasing a console, so, it better be better than the fucking 360 and PS3, which are like 5 years old. And 6, for the Xbox. But yeah, man. Honestly, I'm not a Wii U hater. I'm not a Nintendo hater. I'm not a fanboy. But the Wii U honestly has its problems. From what I've heard, from, what I've read, IGN, Kotaku and all that. And, a lot of third-party developers are having problems with the CPU of the Wii U, almost like the PS3. But obviously the PS3 has, people have experience on it now because it's been out for 5 years. And the Wii U barely came out like a week ago, or like 4 days ago, or whatever. And, like Batman Arkham City, they're saying there's frame rate issues that didn't have on the PS3 and Xbox 360. So, honestly, for those people that wanted to pick up Arkham City for the Wii U and not the PS3 and Xbox 360 and decided to wait, that's, shit happens sometimes, The product that you want to get isn't always what you're going to get. So, yeah. Honestly, the Wii U system, it's a cool, I like it. I wouldn't pick it up personally. 16 gigs, 332 gigs. By today's standards, man, 16 gigs ain't shit. It's not. You could pick up a PS3 for 500 gigs. That 32 gig ain't cutting it. That 16 gig, certainly ain't cutting it. They should have at least made it 80 gigs and 120 gigs. But what can you do about it? Nintendo, they've always had low gigabytes on their systems. I don't even know if the Wii had any gigs, but, And then, the Wii U system, well, let's talk about the gamepad, because the gamepad's actually pretty cool. I like that. That's innovative, man. That is next gen, honestly, it is. You have a tablet, and you got a fucking controller. No other. You can talk about the 360 Smart Glass, but it ain't a gamepad, man. It's not a tablet it's not a controller tablet, man. The Wii U has that, and I think that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be implemented in first party games really good, like Zelda games and all that. But third party, how are you gonna? Let's say a Call of Duty game is a third party, right? They're not made by Nintendo, so. How are they going to implement the screen on the... How they going to... Fuck, I'm fucking up. That's how bad the, I don't know much about the system, but... What is going to be on the screen itself on the tablet? Other than streaming the game onto your tablet, what else can you do with the tablet? You're going to have a map on your tablet? That's just going to take... Hardcore gamers will never use that, first of all, because they're not going to take their eyes away from the TV. It's not going to happen, that's death. That's death in those kind of games. If you look away, you're going to die. And honestly, when Xbox 720 and PS4 comes out, they're going to blow out the Wii U out the water. The Wii U might look better, graphically, because it is the newer system, but it's not a dramatic change of graphics. They still look almost exactly the same. You can compare them, and they're not going to look like, oh, fuck, this motherfucker is 3D. No, it's not. You're not going to do that. It's not happening. But when the 720 and 360 and the 720 and the PS4 comes out, or whatever they're going to be called, just know that the Wii U, it is not going to cut it. It's not legit competition for the next gen well, this is a next gen console, which I don't really think it is, but the next big dog, it's not, I'm not a fanboy, don't say I'm a fanboy. It's not a PS3, it's not going to be the PS4, it's going to be the 720. Not only because it's going to come out before the PS3, obviously, it always will. And the online community, they're not going to go to the PS4, they're going to stay with, Microsoft, and the Xbox already has their fan base. Next gen, it's all going to be about multiplayer. If your multiplayer sucks, it's not going to cut it. You're not going to get anywhere. And honestly, I feel like the 720 is going to be the next big system. But that's another talk. I'm not going to get into that. So we're talking about the Wii U right now. But the Wii U, man, the Wii launch, I feel it's rough. They got Zombie U, which flopped. They have Arkham City, which wasn't as good as the other consoles, 360 and PS3, so that's a flop. And then you have Super Mario Brothers, or Wii U Brothers, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Flop, come on, man. How many times have you played that in 3 years? There's been like fucking 5 Mario games in 3 years. That's horrible. What other? Scribblenauts. I don't know what the hell that is. I saw the commercial for it. It looks shit. It doesn't have the spectacular games at launch. And that's always a problem with Nintendo, man. Same thing with the 3DS. Same shit happened, man. Nintendo has horrible launch titles. They always do. It ain't nothing new. Let's see what else. The graphics, we talked about graphics. They look exactly the same. The Wii U power isn't that high of what a PS3 power can do. And in order to play next gen games, you need the power, how much RAM and all that shit it has. It's almost equal to a PS3. It's not that big of a difference, man. Let's see. Games, right now the library's slow, but I'm sure once they start getting their Zeldas, their F-Zeros and things like that, they'll start rolling. But how many times can you play Zelda before it gets boring? How many times can you play Mario without getting boring? Honestly, I've got tired of Mario since like Nintendo 64, man. Every year. I mean, like, every time, just more and more Mario. Like, get new mascots, man. Get something better. Same thing with Zelda. Get something better. Metroid is a little less because the less games come out of it. But still, man, you gotta get new mascots, dude. Like, shit. You're just rehashing the same shit over and over. Like, what's the difference between Super Mario Brothers 2 or whatever on the Wii and the one that was on the Wii U and the one that's on the Wii? What's the big difference? There's no difference. It's the same shit. You're just rehashing the same stuff. And that's the problem with Nintendo, man. They rehash over and over. But Nintendo fanboys and Nintendrons will never, ever admit that because they're so proud of their console, And there's nothing wrong with being proud of your console, but you gotta admit when there's a problem. And the Wii U has a problem. They have no launch titles. The Zombie U flopped. It was horrible. See, and you're rehashing Mario again, like you always do in every launch. And you shouldn't expect Zelda for another 2 or 3 years because Skyward Sword came out last year, so you shouldn't expect them for another 2-3 years. F-Zero maybe next year, but your launch sucks again. Your graphics not big, not mind blowing. Looks just about the same as a PS3 and Xbox. So Nintendo fanboys, man, where is your power? Where is the so-called next-gen console? All I see that is good about the Wii U is the gamepad, and that is amazing. I love that. I'm not hating on you about that, but I'm not hating on anything. Matter of fact, I'm just stating out the facts. It looks almost the same as a PS3. The power is nothing different. If anything, it's worse. They can't even handle fucking Arkham City as good as they could on the 720. So not only that, you're gonna have problems with third-party developers, and then they're not gonna want to make games for your system because it's hard to make games on your system. So expect less titles from third-party developers. Rocky start, Wii U. Rocky start, but hopefully things go better. But yeah. man, I'm out. Probably next time I want to talk about the 720 and PS3. PS4, but I'll see. I want to talk about that though. It's a good subject.